Welcome back for another top-notch video. This week, guys, we're going to be reviewing the week of April 30th through May 4th. This channel is all about your IRA, TSP. If you have a brokerage account, this video is for you. So please check it out. We do a general overview of stocks every week, general indices. If you guys would like to see different stocks, go ahead and write them in the comments below. The reason we go over these is because your retirement is important. So if you are interested in retirement and interested in it's like a house or a car, you have to maintain it. So we just review them once a week, and that way we maintain what we're looking at. We're going to do so moving right into it. Of course, for you IRA folks, IVV is the ticker symbol we're looking at, or TSP folks, we're looking at the C fund. In regards to the stocks this week, the C fund did have a positive week. We were up. We are starting to see, like I mentioned last week, that head and shoulders look, so just be careful of that. We are not seeing a lower bottom here. I would start to get concerned around the 260 level. We did have a massive shoot up from Thursday to Friday on that last day. Looking at it from a chart perspective, on the weekly charts, we still are coming out on this negative energy, so good things here. Seeing somewhat of an indecision last week and this week. I'm really hoping that we can get those positive numbers up and we can get this blue line across the red line to have another indicator. Overall, I feel pretty good about this. I don't have any issues having money into this this index or this equity fund. That's IVV, which is the S&P 500, or for you TSP folks, the C fund. Moving over to the S fund, or VXF, the Dow Jones. Seeing a similar picture here. We got a big shoulder, kind of a head look, and another shoulder, so just keep that in mind. We want to look for that 110 range. We want to be real careful around that range. Looking for a bounce maybe off of this. But again, big reversal on Fridays. We're sitting 113 up at 27. I mentioned earlier that the C fund was positive for the week. That was actually, I'm sorry, it was negative. This was the fund that was positive for the week. So let's look at it from a chart perspective. So VXF Dow Jones S fund. So we had a similar picture coming out of this negative energy here. We haven't had positive energy from the blue and red line since back in February, but we're seeing a very slow deterioration of the energy, the negative energy, or the bars here. As you can see, if we went from last week from a DO of negative 3.36 to negative 2.45, maybe another week or two of this intermixed stuff like we had this week. A lot of volatility, a lot of indecision going back and forth, bulls versus the bears. But then after that, I think we should be in the clear, hopefully. Spinning top up here for price action, and like I said, not a lot of movement. But overall, don't have an issue with our funds being in here. So let's continue on. Next fund is the international markets, which for TSP folks is the I fund. IRA folks, that's going to be your EFA. With EFA, ETF, we did see this higher high, which was real positive. We did put just our new paycheck into this to kind of see what would happen with it. It's not where a whole lot of our funds are allocated. I think we have 5% here. I'll show you that later on. But another really big day for it on Friday. As you can see, a big reversal. I don't know where this will go. I'm not as confident in this one as I am with the other funds, but let's look at it from a technical analysis. So with EFA, we got really, really close to the line. We are sitting at less than a percent off, 0.29% for the end of the week here for DO. Indecision here the last 2 weeks. I could really see this. I thought it might pop, the blue and red line might pop over last week, and it didn't. There's always the case that this could be a fake out, and this could go back down negatively wise. We'll have to really see what happens for next week. If we go into our 2-day chart, we can get maybe a better picture of what EFA looks like. And as you can see with the 2-day chart, we are coming down on positive energy, which could indicate a possible fake out on the weekly chart. But I just don't see that happening yet. I think that we might see usually the bigger charts always control the smaller charts. It's good to look at this and just keep this in mind for next week. This did end up finishing, so this is a full bar, so we will get a new bar on Monday. Hopefully Monday, I would say Monday and Thursday, we should have a good idea of the direction of EFA, but we did put a little bit of cash in here just to maybe on the hopes that we could get something like we had back in April, which was just a beautiful rebound of EFA. And lastly, we'll go into for the F fund or AGG for IRA folks, bonds for the most part. And like I mentioned every week, and my tune is not going to change, I do not see anything positive with bonds. I would not get involved in bonds. It had a negative week. It's not performing well. As you can see here, we're sitting at the bottom of the lines. We're below our 50-day and 20-day moving averages, and below the 200-day moving average. I'm just not a fan of bonds at this point. From a technical analysis with bonds, we did have the blue line cross the red line, and it was almost a fake out, to tell you the truth. We were only up for 1 week, 2 weeks, and then we ended up decreasing again on the weekly charts. And as you can see from the 2-day chart, we are in the negative. It looks like it might be trying to make a comeback here, but I am more interested in this weekly chart. And the weekly chart is losing energy, and we are just in a constant state of decay with AGG or the F fund. So, and keep in mind, if you TSP folks, if you're in the life cycle funds, you have money in AGG. So overall, that is my analysis for this week. I'll show you where I have my funds allocated. So based off of what the analysis was for this past week, we were allocated 50-50 for the C fund and the S fund, or IVV and VXF, but with our paycheck, that decreased these allocations by a little bit, and we bought in EFA or international markets, the I fund, on Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe. So that moved our portfolio a little bit, shifted a little bit. This is just getting some good diversity in our portfolio, but overall, as you can see, we're completely in equities, okay? So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and write them in the comments below. As always, I really appreciate your support on this channel. Go ahead, like, subscribe for the video, and we'll see you guys next week. That was another top-notch video.